So, last time I was able to get through a good bit of to finish off taxing, go into mayhem, and along the way it kind of came to light that I was playing the beta version the whole time. And honestly, I'm a little surprised it took that long to figure it out. Anyway, I went ahead and played a save state after the last stage, which was Mayhem 3. So, next up, we got Mayhem 4. What is this? The Crossroads. 20 Lemmings, 100%. 1 minute. That is the scary thing. Because, yeah, 1 minute for this? Oh, boy. Which tells me... And I only have bashers and... How am I supposed to get 100% with only bashers here? That's how, I guess. That's how, I guess. Yeah, Palmer's that I can't use, yeah. Yeah, it's... Is it the best port of the game? No. But it's a version that... I did have the PC port as well, but I had this growing up, and you don't really get to see this shown off very often, so why not give it its time in the sun? Down, along, up. 20 Lemmings, 65%. And for those who don't know, because of system limitations, or so I assume, no stage will have more than 20. Better than Game Boy, yeah. You know better than I do on that, but I can imagine. NES probably wouldn't be much better. So if this is the stage I'm thinking of, yep, it's this one. All right, 65%. What are my resources? Okay. Okay, so it's probably wanting me to set up blockers through here. It would make some sense. I don't know if I had spaced that right. That and we got lag. And I screwed up. Technically, yes, but, back in the day, I had a Game Genie, and I used the heck out of it, so... Did I complete it? Yes. Did I do it legitimately? No. So I'm trying to rectify that here. Okay. I thought that one was going to keep digging this way. Like that one is right now. So I'm thinking maybe I want to place it here just to see if I can get up here with just one builder. But before I do that, kind of need to put you there. I fear that might have been too late. Yeah, that was too late. I do have some leeway on the number of builders I have available. And one nice thing about this is that I can just hold the button here and just automatically assign once they enter the crosshairs. So that way, and I can just align myself like pixel perfect however I want it. So that way, no tricky timing or what have you. Like, for example, yep, just align it exactly on the edge, which can be handy when you want to set up a builder, like, at the last possible second to extend the bridge as far as you can. Although this part is going to be tricky, because everyone is going to be all milling about here. But that works out nicely. There we go. Nope. Not quite enough. And I got enough leeway on the builders. Okay. Okay, good. Right. And that should do it. I only used 6 blockers, so that should get me 70%. Okay, it was just enough that it didn't go past the point. Okay, good. Well, I mean, for all I know, it might just be because of the version difference. You know, we have seen over the course of this, though demo version aside, this game does play significantly differently compared to other ports. One way or another. 20 Lemmings, 100%, 4 minutes. Okay, it's this one. Alright. What do I get to play with here? Okay. Alright. Okay. So how am I going about this here? Going to the left, I think, is a no-go because I don't have any floaters, and I don't think they'll survive that. Plus, I don't have any bashers to get through this anyway. So I think my method my plan is to build up this way, kind of mine myself down kind of zigzag mine down this way, and then build across. That seems like the way to go about it. And I'll probably do the smart thing is once the builders start to do their thing, I'll probably mine through the bridge so that everyone else will just stay down here until I'm ready to bring them over. Like so. Or okay, perhaps I was a little preemptive on that, or too preemptive. Okay, so now I do this. Hopefully that's enough to to turn them around once I let everybody loose. Okay. And that is... Whoop, yep, just enough. Good. Alright, and I should have plenty of builders for this. Although I'm starting to think, since it landed here, I'm thinking this probably would have been a better spot to do this with. Yeah, I think so. Because I think this might not go down far enough. I do have a digger, though. I didn't notice I had diggers. That will rectify this real quick. Oh, dang it! I thought I could get fancy by just digging down the edge, but no. No. But at least I have a plan. So yeah, now the current plan is to just start mining immediately, and that should bring me down to about here, which is perfect. And if that's not enough to just make everyone turn around, that's gonna be a little tricky. No. Well, might as well find out now. Nope. Yeah, no. Fixing this is just going to be too annoying. I'd rather start over. And I have been using save states mostly as a time-saving ish thing. Particularly on particularly long-winded stages. So that if I mess up one thing at the end, I don't have to do all the setup all over again. And that should be better. If that's not enough, I can at least set up more builders to kind of raise this a bit more. But yeah, that is the perfect amount of distance. So that'll go down to here, and then down to here. I know with the diggers I can more fine-tune this, but if I don't have to do it if I can do it this way, why not? So that should bring it down to about here, which should work just fine. Good. There we go. Yeah, that should be enough distance to cover that. Yeah, that's plenty. Alright, so we'll just set up. This should require 2. Alright, so is this high enough to make them turn around? Yes, it is. Good. Alright, we are good. Fortunately, I don't have fast forward set up, so I'll just have to wait this out. But thankfully, having this will reduce the lag. Alright, and that one builder that was lagging behind. Alright. Poles apart. 20 lemmings, 90%, 5 minutes. Ooh. Okay. This is a new one. No blockers. Ooh. 7 bashers. Which is exactly enough. Alright. Oh boy. Notably, one climber of all things. 4 diggers, which, okay, I think the digger should be fine. Okay. That now the concern is whether I could build those things out without them going the other way, and have them go the correct way. And this is probably what I'll be using save states for, just so I don't have to waste time doing all of this again. Oh my goodness, these bashers are... Oops. Oh, the bashers are behaving so much better compared to the demo version. You have no idea of the beta version. Although now I fear that I have messed things up. Yeah, I messed things up because I wasn't able to build them out. Darn it. Not to mention that I messed up the bash here. Dang it. I only get one climber. That could very well be the case. There we go. Oh, wait, whoa. Almost forgot to do the important thing. Okay. Alright, now that we've got this, I'm placing a safe state here, so I am free to try to do this without messing it up. There we go. And I got on the first try because of course I did. So, if the easy version of this stage was cut out, maybe that's why this one is here. But I don't know. Because there were 5 particular stages spread out amongst Fun, Tricky, and Taxing that were replaced by Sega stages that are, as far as I'm aware, unique to the Game Gear / Sega Master System version. We will be seeing those 5 stages again here in Mayhem. So get ready for that. Last one out. 20 lemmings, 85%. 5 minutes. Okay. Huh. At least I have blockers for this, but I assume. Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. I don't know how good of an idea it is, but it's an idea. Okay. Plans are forming. Let's see what we can make of this. So, my idea is I'm gonna have you climb and become a blocker up here. Send 2 more climbers up here. And start do kind of a dig mine combination here or something like that. So I'm placing save states here just so if I get the positioning wrong, that I don't have to redo all of this all over again. Oh yeah, that 666 stage. That was that is in this. That was in this game. So is that enough? Enough to get everyone up and over? Not quite. So, experiment. Okay. So the game does let me mine in that direction, huh? Well, if that's the case... Oops. You were mining in the wrong direction. Well, I mean, if you can just mine in that direction outright... Although, I think I screwed that up. Because, yeah. Yeah, that was... The miner mined into the bridge, and that messed that up. I think that will work. So if I had any bashers, I assumed that I wouldn't be able to bash through that, but... But I mean, if it works, it works. And I'm not going to argue over it. But I'm guessing the intended way, I could probably just dig down through here, and everything will be fine. And that was what I was planning on doing anyway. You know, I have never really tried to bash against the arrows. I just assumed that it would work, so... If you can, then, I don't know. But I don't have any bashers here, so I can't test this. Yep. At least you're not going all the way to the right. So yeah, this was pretty much what my plan was. I thought I needed to bring up a second lemming up here, but no. Turns out just the one climber was fine. And I believe 85 was the goal, so that should be good. Good, alright. Oop! Here. We got our first Sega revisit. Sega 1, 20 Lemmings, 80%. Okay. Ten of everything, huh? Well, I mean, that's not that hard, I think. I forget what I did with this the first time. The fact that I have 2 minutes might be the big sticking point, though. Yes. Yeah, I think working with the time frame is the time limit is definitely the main challenge here. This should be. That might be close, but I think that's enough. Yeah, I think that's just enough. Yep. Alright, good. Yeah, well, I could have set up blockers or whatever. The short time frame, I think this was the better idea. Alright. Pillars of Hercules. 20 lemmings, 66%. What do you say to 1? 5 minutes. Okay. Ha 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 ha. I have options, and they're not necessarily good options. Which way would I rather go? It feels like building across this might be the easier option. Easier than trying to build up to here. Although, I think I want to... Let me test this. Is that too high of a drop? Yes, it is. Okay. That is good information to have. Alright, I have plenty of builders. Ah, that's still what... Oh, that's... Okay. Now they're safe. Okay. So now that everybody's safe, oh, right, it was 66%. Right. Okay. And I do have bashers, so yep, I'm going to build over this. Probably do the smart thing and build from here. Or I could just mess it up. That works too. Yeah, any sort of verticality is kind of got nerfed in this just because screen crunch. You can only go up so high. Alright. Also do the smart thing and set up the floater here. Yeah. Sacrificed 1, but that's fine. I have Lemmings to spare here. Thankfully. The thing I messed up on was I wasn't paying attention how far you were going. I think that'll go too far. Actually, yeah, playing it safe here. Hold on. There we go. I'm not sure where you would need to position. I'm not sure this, even here, would be... that might be close to being able to get to there. But actually setting this up without, like, bashing through this and letting everybody else loose would be the harder part, I think. Let's start things from right around the middle. See what kind of angle this gives me here. I do have a little paper that I'm using kind of as a straight edge to see exactly where that's going to end up, and that should be fine. Okay. All right. And I have plenty of time, so I can just focus on getting this done. And then bash everybody loose. I think I need to use one more? Yeah, I'm gonna use one more. And just to be safe. Okay. All right. All right. So the release of the success rate was 66%, which you can't exactly get 66% in this version. But we're getting, what, 95, I think? So that's fine. Yeah, 95. Because we only let one go splat. Whoop. We got the finale. We all fall down. 20 lemmings, 100%. Release rate, 83 minutes. So for those who hadn't seen the previous versions of this stage in this port, it was the lemming count was 5, 10, 15, 20. There we go. Whatever gets the job done. I was mostly worried about them all of them coming out quickly enough. Because I remember that being a thing in the PC version, even with a pretty high release rate, 80 lemmings coming through in like 3 minutes or whatever is a bit of a thing. Sega 2, 20 lemmings, 100%, 4 minutes. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Five of everything. Okay. Okay. I think I know what I want to do. I think. So, it seems like the simple method would be to build up to here and then just bash through. And then make a tiny ramp here. You know what? One thing that was really apparent about the beta version of this is that the bashers were very inconsistent or unreliable, you could say. The moment a basher had any sort of daylight, it would immediately stop. And I think this is a good litmus test to see how this version behaves in this regard. Yeah. Turns out, yeah, that works out nicely. I think this would be a good spot because I don't want it to be too low. But I don't necessarily want it to be too high either. So I think this might be a good spot. As long as it's between the water and this platform, then we'll be fine. Perfect. That wasn't high enough. Hopefully that was good enough, because if not... I think I messed that up. Was that 1 pixel enough? No. I messed it up. But at least I had the height of the bridge right. So we're good there. I just have to do everything else better. Right. I mean, that is like perfect positioning there. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so don't start you right on the wall, right next to the wall here. There we go. Much better. Plus, I have one more builder, so I can just turn you around. There we go. I don't even remember what resources I had on the first version of this. Oh well. Moving on. Sega 3. 2 Lemmings, 100%. Okay. Oh, right, this one. Oh, yeah, there was this annoying piece of work. Okay. Which I think this was different in the demo version. I think. Okay, what do I get to play with here? Of course you give me bombers and blockers for this. Why? I think making these two climbers might be a requirement, but it has me somewhat concerned, particularly here. But I guess I could just bash in a bit to keep them penned in. All right. Of course, I could always just, send the one Trailblazer ahead and leave the other one behind. Because I've got 8 minutes. That's plenty of time to mess around with here. You're already a you're already a climber, so you can just climb through that. Oh, the plan I was having I just had a wrench thrown into it because I didn't notice the one basher before. And I have to use it here because I can't dig through that. Okay then. Alright. So, bash through that, then dig. So I'm pretty sure I can't... Even if I could build up to here, I think they would just hit their head on the non-existent ceiling and turn around. Okay, so... Okay. I have a plan. It is going to require me to be rather active in what I do here, but... Of course, even if I could up here, I only have one basher. Dirt. Oh, I probably need... Yeah, I need a second one. And then dig through the plug. Okay. Don't need a floater for that. I don't need to climb over that. I don't need to build over that because both of them are going to be climbers. That should be good. Yeah. Alright, so... the current plan is I'm going to build up to here, make them turn around, and then build up to here. Unfortunately, that's going to require me to build here again to make them turn around again. Come on. Do I need to be that pixel perfect? No, but I'm doing it anyway. Although, I fear I might have messed up on this. Because I don't know if the climber will just bunk their head on that and turn around. There. Alright, while you are doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and send you over. Thankfully, I do have enough builders to play around with the manipulation, and you know what, I'll just use enough that I'm just going to use one more for safety's sake. So if that isn't enough... this might actually be a bit tricky. I probably might have to build here up to there or something, or make it so that you don't have to climb up this. That might get around that issue, but let's see. Is that something I actually need to do? Yes, it is. Alright. Thankfully, I do have plenty of builders to just get you to turn around as often as many times as I need to. Is this method efficient? Heck no, but it's getting the job done, and that's all that matters. Alright, stage 14, Pea Soup. 20 lemmings, 90%, release rate 70. Okay. Well, let's see what my resources are before I start thinking of plans. Okay. One potential thought I had would be to dig and bash my way through this, but I don't have any bashers, so that is off the table. No climbers either. Okay. Helps if I unpause the game. And I only need one blocker for this. Just to put them here. So the 90% rescue rate should not be a problem. Ooh, there we go. I guess we'll see just how precise we have to be in this version. Okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah, to land on tiny little rocks. Okay, yeah, that would do it. That would be different. These bugs look more like bullshit. Yeah, you're not wrong. Although, this is going to be the tricky one. Because I don't think I could just straight build here because this fall might be too high. So I think I might have to dig into this first. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. I probably should test it, though, at least, just to see if my theory holds true. With save states, I can actually, you know, do these kinds of tests without too much, without setting myself back too much. So, yeah, I'm thinking this drop might either be too high, or I might just hit the ceiling first. Either one's probably a no-go here. Yeah, I think you're about to hit the ceiling. Oh, and do I hear a squish? No? Okay. Alright. If you can survive that fall, then sure, I'll take it. That felt like it was just too high, but apparently not. I would have sworn I would have to dig through here just to make this lower, but I guess not. Okay, yeah. I'm assuming that this is just a matter of like a couple pixels from death. Alright. Onwards to 15. Fast Food Kitchen. 20 lemmings, 75%. Release 2 minutes. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, we have one of these levels now. Alright. Start over there. And one quirk of the beta version is that there were some levels where the lemmings started out going left instead of right. So yeah, that was a thing. Definitely need to watch out here, though. Okay, good. Everything is fine. Now it's just a matter of, did I position the builders right? That's fine. They can just climb back. That's... Timing might be a thing, though. Yeah, that was, yeah, that was mentioned before, that this was, part of Lemmings came from Lemmings 2. Okay. Go ahead and start bashing. Oh geez, that bunch was clustered together. Alright. There we go. The trick here was, you know, realizing that there was a second side to this. Alright, good. Just a minute. 20 Lemmings, 100%, 2 minutes. Bit of a misnomer, this title, huh? 100%, right. Uh-huh. Okay, and going down here to bash wouldn't work because that's too low. Alright. And no builder, so I can't just dig a pit for them to fall into. Okay, I have an idea. The fact that it's release rate 10 is a notable thing here. Okay. So now the question becomes, is this enough time for the basher to work its way through? I think the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure there's a second version of this stage too, isn't there? Like just a minute 2 or something like that? Yeah, well, I'm not sure how else to actually go through this, and as you can see, 1 minute wouldn't have been enough. Because with no climbers, you have no choice but to bash through this. And I don't think you could do that in 1 minute, as is proven. Maybe maybe the basher moves faster in the PC version, but not here. Stepping stones. 20 lemmings, 85%. 4 minutes. Oh god, this one. Here we go. You've seen this layout before. Okay. Yeah, maybe. You'd kind of have to compare the relative stage size. I know for a fact that this is a lethal drop. But that's not the main issue. The main issue is what do I do here? Oh, was it? I don't even remember what I did on the previous version. So I do have an idea. My idea is to once these guys are safe, I'm gonna send a climber through here, build back, and then build forward, and then just bash through afterwards. That makes sense. Ooh. That's one. Okay. I know you're a floater. So that way you can survive this. So you'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're fine there. And the overhang makes it so that you're penned in here, so you're not gonna go somewhere I don't want you to. Tempted to start a basher now, but I don't want to set them off too soon. I don't want to set them loose before this bridge is built. I mean, I have plenty of time to spare though, so that's fine. I moved too early there. Oops. I screwed that up somehow. Dang it. Just so I know well, and that was even better because I didn't lose anybody. Cool. Well, that works out nicely. And that is positioned just right so that there's no chance of the Lemmings falling into that pit. Alright, so now I want to make absolutely sure that I don't screw this up. Kind of curious about things being a little jittery at the moment, but... And also, in case you turn around, I don't... Yep, you turned around, but that's fine. Because you should be back up and down before the basher works its way through. Alright. Alright. Everything's fine, and I actually got 100% on this. Cool. There was one stage that I remember. It was the one where you had like 3 little tiny pits that you had to kind of have a 50-50 shot on them bashing in the right direction. We saw one version of that stage already. I'm pretty sure there was another one where all you have are 3 bashers. I'm wondering when that one's going to come up. Sega 4. 20 Lemmings, 90%. This is the one that gave me all sorts of fits in the beta version. And I see things look significantly different here, too. Because this area was different. And the problem I ended up having was somehow, somewhere, something gets glitched out where all the terrain becomes steel. Yeah. Kind of sucks. Oop, no floaters. Okay. Alright. Hold on, let me I see precise amounts here. So I need a dig here, and a dig here. I don't need to dig here. So... need 1 bash. Okay. So now my thought is I'm gonna do a dig into a mine to make it out of here safely. And that'll save me enough resources to get everything else done. Okay. We are good. Though the 4 minutes does give me some trepidation of making sure I set the horde loose early enough. That should be fine. Excuse you? Thankfully I didn't need more than just the... Thankfully I didn't need another one of those later. Although, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Okay. Because getting this with one builder feels iffy at the moment. But my thought of building here is not a viable thing right now. I see now. Okay. I presume this would not be enough. No. Not horizontally or vertically. So... Oh, well, with building from here. I think that would be enough, but... Then there's the problem of getting up to the platform with the goal. Because in theory, I'd have to bash through here, but how do I get everyone up there afterwards? Because I can't get away with not using builders here. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, just... Okay, so what do I do here, then? I am confused. Because you only get 5 builders. Would there be any way to get... Well, actually, hold on. I have 20 climbers. I could just use climbers to get out. That would do it. Okay, never mind. Okay, I think we're good. And I do have to let the horde loose sooner rather than later. Just because of the time limit. Okay. The mine didn't glitch out this time. So now the question becomes, when do I blow up the bomber, the blocker? Wait a sec. Hold on. I have a safe state in place for this. Wasn't this 100%? It was 90. Okay, never mind. I think because a bunch of the other Sega revisits were 100, that kind of got me confused. Okay, I think... Oh, I don't have any bombers! Okay... Alright. Okay. Which means I think I need to do this now, and hopefully... I think that's going in the right way. If it's not, I'll find out in a moment. Yes. Oh, and I freed the blocker. Well, isn't that nice? Okay. Hopefully, I have enough time to get everybody home. Oops. And... Okay. I'm pretty sure that was going in the right direction again. Unfortunately, I'm not. That blocker is stuck there now. It's a shame that I wasn't able to free that one that time. That should be fine. Okay, we're good. All right. Good. Yeah, getting through the first version of the stage and the beta version was a nightmare. I'm not even sure how I finagled myself into doing it without triggering the steel glitch. I'm pretty sure. I believe that's what I needed. Nice. Time to get up. 20 lemmings, 50%. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so the trick here is I need to bomb my way through this. But I have to do some specific timing on this. Okay, so for timing, I assume this. Oh, that was too high. I was expecting that to be too low. Okay. Alright. Oh, wait, hold on. I think Okay. That's phase 1. That's, well, part 1 of phase 1. And that gave you enough time to... Still not quite, but... So now I have to get the right angle here. I lined it up to where at the end of this yellow patch here. Let's see if that's enough. And I do have 2 blockers for more precision shots, which I'll probably use here. And I think that angle is pretty much perfect for what I need. Okay. We're good. Now is the question of the bomb timing. So this is a good reference point. And that was too early. Or too late, rather. So let's see. Nice. Good. Yeah, like I said, with save states, it gives me the chance to kind of fine-tune the timing without having to do the entire stage over again. Which is just a nice time save, if nothing else. Okay. Oh. Okay, I have builders, so as long as I can get through this part, I'm fine. So, where does this put me? That was too late. Never mind. I didn't think they'd be able to climb out of that. I thought that gap was too narrow. Well, I mean, it is now. Okay, now I have to get the right pixel position. There, I think. I had it exactly right the first time. Now I just have to... There it is. I think that is... Okay, yep, we're good. We're good. We're good. But yeah, but I imagine having to reset the stage even every time you mess up being a major pain. And just having to remember the timing on everything. Although, what was the rescue rate? Was it... I forget what the rescue rate was supposed to be. Because I'm getting 65. Was it 50%? Yes, good, okay. Not sure how I could have been more efficient than that. Colors or Lemmings? 20 Lemmings, 100%, 85 release rate. Oh, okay. It's been a little while since we've seen this layout. Well, okay. Idea. The fact that this is 85% does come with some tricky business, but I think that'll do it. Except no, not quite. I had the right idea. There was just one too many lemmings that went through. Okay. If I had a third climber, I wouldn't be fine because the climber would hit Bunkett's head and okay. have an idea. Do that first. Let a couple lemmings go. And with that bit of delay, there we go. Okay. That'll do it. And I can just mine through there. And everything is good. %. 10 levels left. Let's see if we can do it. Let's do it today. Twist of Lemmings. 20 lemmings, 100%. Alright. Only one climber. Why am I getting 20 floaters for this? So I think I would need 3 builders for this, which means I would have 4 builders for this part. I don't think this would be enough, but I'm gonna try it anyway. See if that's a good enough angle, but I'm gonna worry about getting this. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, I think I see why I need the floaters. I think I see why I need the floaters. Never mind. Never mind. We're good. So now the question is this enough height? No. But I think this might be just enough height for a bash. Let's see. Because given the height, I think that should be just high enough to not trigger the steel. Nice! Oh, that worked out nicely, didn't it? Okay. Yep. Again, this might have been a matter of pixels as far as fall distance goes. Nearly there. 20 lemmings, 85%, 75% release rate. Oh, hello. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is a thing. Okay. I worry about this drop. But everything else seems relatively straightforward. Although 5 minutes seems a little tight for this. 14 bashers. I think it's at 75%, which is fine because I think I only need 3 blockers for this. And you're giving me 1 floater. Gee, I wonder why. Okay. Although I think I may not need a blocker here, because I think this might be just high enough to block the way. Okay. Let's do this. I feel like I could have positioned this builder better. Hopefully that won't matter too much, because I'll need one here. Probably need one here if I need to catch people's fall. That's 3... 4, 5, 6, maybe. Okay. Should be enough then. You know what? Yeah. Set that one loose. And just to see if this is indeed too big of a fall. No, it's not. Okay. Which means I am pretty much free to just go ahead and make that. I don't need to be so precise with these bashers. Not here, not now. Ah, dang it. Place the builder too far away. Alright, this is going to be rather tight then for that last set of building I have to do. Okay. So I want to build here, I think. Preferably in the correct direction. Okay, good. Was that enough? Yes. It'd be easier if I had a digger, but oh well. The time frame doesn't seem so bad anymore, now that I know that everyone's just going to be clustered together here in a minute. Okay. Oh, yeah, actually I have 4 builders for this, so that is okay. So I am using save states here because I don't want to have to redo this. Because this is going to be a bit hairy once all the lemmings are in here, but... Okay, we're good. We are good. Mostly, this is just force of habit at this point to just align it pixel perfect like this. Pretty sure I was like that when I was a kid, too. And I don't need the bomber, I'll just nuke the rest of them. Although... Okay, it's fine. I think I only needed 75. Oh, I needed 85. Oh, that was... If I was just a little bit earlier with that nuke, that would have been bad. All right. Going up. 20 lemmings, 60%. Okay. How I have to... I have to build. I have to bash like all the way up here, don't I? Because you can't build out of this. Ugh. Okay. I think it was 60%, but... Just go ahead and put you there now. Let's see. I feel like that's still a little too low. But I at least want to test this. Because, yeah, at the moment, it looks like it's gonna end here. And at most, I probably want it to be up to get, like, here so I could bash there. Yeah, I think I need to build, like, right from the edge here. From the wall. But, yeah, I definitely at least want to test this. Did we really have 9 minutes for this? Huh. Okay. And I definitely want the blocker here. So, because if I put it down here, everyone will die. Hello, Nanospark. Things are going alright. Yeah, there's a gap right there, too. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I need 60%. Okay, that's fine. There, that should be better. Alright, so... using my handy dandy... Okay, that should be good. I'm using my... So I scratch paper kind of as a ruler to see what kind of angle I'm getting here. Yeah, this isn't just Lemmings though. This is the Game Gear port, which is a game that I had way back in the day. Which I figured not many people have seen too much of, so hey, why not show it off? If only because there were a few levels unique to this version, / the Sega Master System version. Yeah, that should still be good, because it should hit here, and I think you can climb up that without any assistance. Oh, that's gonna be tight. Okay. If you can climb up that, we should be good. If you can't, it's like a matter of a single dang pixel. Yes, okay. Alright. So now we got this going. So in theory, when you drop down, you should drop down right around here. And really, that should be it, because I don't think I need to bash through this. Actually, I think I do. I think that's just too high. But it's all more of a matter of, dude, did I have the right height to land safely? Because, like, you cannot build out of this. I'm pretty sure this is the only way through this. But if it works, we are golden. And really, at the pace we're making, I can definitely see, I think we can finish this off today. We're at, what, 10 levels left or less? Okay, moment of truth. Nice! Yeah, and just bash through that for safety's sake. Blow you up. Why did the explosion not destroy that? That is rather unexpected. Was it because it was overlapping with the entry gate? Interesting. It feels like every port of this game just has its own unique quirks to it. Alright, but everything's good. Didn't really need 9 minutes for this. As long of a bash as that was. Nice. Alright. All or nothing. 20 Lemmings, 100%, 99 release rate, 1 minute. Oh boy. This was the one that I was remembering. This was the one I was remembering. Okay. Yep, you get 3 bashers. 50-50 shot. Yep. I think I'm gonna place a save state at the beginning of this, just to save time. But I want to get all of this. Okay. Save state here, and I'm not gonna save state midway through this. I want to try to get this legit. This part is easy because in this part you can just hold the button and assign it immediately, but here, that would not work. Okay, that's 2. Because if I try to assign it from here, it'll bash to the right, which would not work. Nice! Got it! Thing is, I believe in the PC version, these gaps are like maybe a couple pixels across. But I guess in this version you're kind of limited. Have a nice day. 20 lemmings, 90%. Okay, we've seen this before. But what are my resources? Alright, I have an idea. So, I'm gonna send a climber up, build here, turn back, build here. And from there, have it keep going down here, build here to make him turn around, and then build here. Yeah, build here. And then when I send the horde loose, I'll just like mine or dig here. And I can just build here and that'll be good. Okay. Alright. Plan is afoot. Let's just see how well it works in practice. Go ahead and make you the climber and the floater as well. There we go. So when I bomb that, oops. I skipped a step. I have a 90% rescue rate for a reason. There we go. Alright, by placing it here, that should get me to about here. And then I could just build back this way. And in theory, I could just blow up the bomber, the blocker then, but don't necessarily need to. I got plenty of builders here, so we're good on that front. Excuse me, what? Okay, I wasn't expecting that interaction to happen. Alright. Well, that was odd. And I think that might complicate things a little bit. Oops. I must have set the auto assign just a little far to the right. Okay. I think I might have set that a hair too high, but I can fix that on the return trip. But you know what? That's fine, because that means I didn't have to waste another builder to make you turn around again. Okay. Yeah, if nothing else, this game is a lesson in resource management. Although I think... Oh, wait, there's no... Huh. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I think this might... I now worry about how well this is going to work, just because this gap exists. I think that is going to cause a problem. Alright, so we're good there. I think you were going the wrong way. Yep. Did I have a... Okay, I did have a save. Okay. I think this is fine. I think this will be fine. This isn't the hard part. The hard part is getting the Lemmings out from between the blockers at this point. Yes, okay. We're good there. I want to have you building to the right. Except you are not building to the right. Maybe that'll be enough. Just enough height to get past that one. Oh, okay. Good. Oh, boy. All right. Can you build to the left, please? That is what I want you to do. No, that's still to the right. How do I... Okay. Dang it! I think that is position fine. Yes, okay. Alright. Oh, never. Crap. Dang it! Save stated in the wrong at the wrong time. Oh boy. Yeah. Now I have to do now I do have to do the whole thing all over again. But yeah, having the blockers spread out is definitely. Dang it. There we go. Get you positioned. At least I know what I should do here. Now it's just a matter of actually pulling it off. Without messing it up. That's the important part. I don't know what. If I'm doing it, if I'm trying to do it this way, I need to set save states ahead of time. Just so in case I mess that up, so I don't have to do everything over and over and over. Okay. So at least I got that in place where it should be. I just wasn't counting on this particular interaction with the blocker. That is fine. That is fine. If anything, that might actually work better than the setup I had originally. Since now I'm not likely to have... Not as likely to have... I think I need to be one... That's better. Oh yeah. With this there's more space here I can without one getting by. And more without one turning around back the other way. Though I would have a way of fixing that, I just messed the whole thing up. Okay. The fact that the basher hit both of those, setting them free, that was an unexpected bit of efficiency there. I'll do one more for safety's sake, I guess. Okay, yeah, we're good. Everything is good now. Whatever complications were on this was mostly self-inflicted. Pretty sure 90 was what I needed. Don't really see any other way it could have gone. Nice. 26. Steel Mines Kessel. 20 Lemmings, 40%. Oh, okay, this stage. In the PC version, there's a trap here. I'm going to assume that that's still the case. So at least I don't need a blocker for this part. Oh. The 40% now makes a heck of a lot more sense. Okay. So I just gotta block and bomb then. So 40%, I can only use 12. And I'm being not very as efficient as I probably should be on this. Thankfully, I won't need too many to get through that, but... Now it's just a matter of making, getting some daylight up here, which is easier said. Because of the way things are positioned, you can't really bump upwards. Yeah, because I only have one more bomb. I need more than one bomb to get through that. Okay. Okay, this is going to be tricky. There we go. That's a better starting point. So if this doesn't work, I don't know what will. Because I think this is about as efficient of a dig as I can do. So I'm positioning this to... Okay, we have daylight. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Okay. I was able to catch both of them. Okay. Made it through phase 1. Phase 2 should be a heck of a lot simpler here. In this case, the height doesn't really matter, but I do want to try to get efficient horizontal movement. And I have 3 bombers left to work with, 2 that I can still safely use. And I'm suddenly glad for the large time frame here. Okay. So now, I actually want to see, is this trap still here in this version? I wish to test this. Yes, it is. Okay. I just assumed that it was, but it's good to have it confirmed. But there we go. Needed 40, I'm getting 50. Nicely done. But yeah, being able to pull that off consistently, especially on, say, like a PC version where you can't just auto-assign like that, there's a reason why this difficulty is called Mayhem. Okay, there's the rest of them. There we go. 4 stages left. A minute, part 2. I knew this one was coming. And it says 2 minutes, but you know. Release rate of 10, and yep, it's exactly the same. But I assume my resources are different. What do I get? Well, I mean, it's giving me the resources to do the exact same thing I did the first time. So why not just do the exact same thing I did the first time? I mean, sure. If it works, right? Though I am curious what was supposed to be intended for this, because, you know, you'd only have so much time to work with. Alright. Yeah, just... when all the lemmings are on screen, there's a significant amount of lag, so that's why I'm positioning here, just to expedite the process a bit, since I don't have fast forward. Or at least I don't have it set up for hotkeys. Nor do I want to. Because I know I'm going to be hitting it by accident one of these days. Dragon Warrior 7 was fine. There was a lot more to it than I would have expected going in. Because it was by far the longest stream project I've ever done. Some of the bosses were kind of mean. But, you know, I thought it was fine. And, of course, you know, the announcement of the remake, or whatever you call it, happened, like, shortly after I started. Because, you know, of course. Not that it would have changed my plans any, because I tend to use the original version if I can help it. 6 was a notable exception, considering, you know, the translation patch only translated the like the menus. It didn't translate any of the actual dialogue, which was a kind of a deal breaker for me. So okay, mind the step. 1 lemming. You only get 1. So what do I need to do with you? Oh boy, alright. We got 1 lemming on an adventure. For the Super NES version. Okay. Of 6, yes. So once it came to light that the dialogue wasn't actually part of the translation patch, well, it's not the one that I had, not the one that I found. I ended up switching to the DS version, and I'm glad that happened early. How do I want to go about this? I think I want to bash through this first part, but it's a matter of where do I want to bash from? I think... Well, I suppose I could dig here, too. Alright, yeah, I'll... So I'll do this enough to turn you around. I'm not too concerned about that. What's done is done. I already did this stream project for 6. Next one in line is going to be 8, so. I have plenty of builders to spare here. And I do plan on using the PS2 version because I actually have a physical copy of that, even if I plan on using emulators, because my PS2 is kind of on it's pretty much on its last legs at this point. And not to mention my capture card doesn't really... probably wouldn't show it in the best light anyway. Hopefully that's not too low. Good. And that's fine. All right. I think the laser is dying. Something in it's dying. I think it might be the laser, yeah. it was during my LP of Manachemia, Alchemists of All Rivas, where it was. There were times where the game wouldn't load at all, and that it just kind of brain farted somewhere midway through, and it hadn't been doing that before. I fear that might be a hair too low. And if nothing else, yeah, my capture card was never high-end to begin with. And frankly, just using an emulator at this point would just be better all around. It'll make it look better. And I know if I really wanted a new PS2, I know there's a retro game store near where I live. So the option's there. I just don't really feel like it. Maybe if I invested in a better capture card to actually be able to, show it off better, sure, but as it stands now, it's probably not worth it. And there we go. One lemming in. Stage 29. Sega 5. 20 lemmings, 80%. Oh, right, this one, yeah. Okay, what do I get? 10 of everything. Oh, well, okay. Be nice to me, why don't you? So I'll pretty much do the exact same thing I did the first time for this. Because, yeah, that part's easy. I do not have a PS3 in any capacity. The only systems I have on hand are PS2, N64, and I guess you could say GBA as well. That's fine. Well, if I wanted to get a new system, I probably would have gotten maybe any one of the Nintendo consoles over the last 20 years or so. But it all came down to the simple question of, would I use it enough for it to be worth the expense? And the fact that I actually have to think about that question pretty much made it a no. Which is very much a me decision. What works for me, the fact that I'm doing LPs and have been since 2011 would have been incentive to get a new system, but as it stands now, I don't have a way of recording off of it, as far as I'm aware. And that would require more, research and expenses and all that good stuff. Not to mention that, I would imagine a lot of the those games on those systems would take a long time, especially if I felt like doing Breath of the Wild. My goodness, if I did that, the LP for that one would probably last for years, depending on how thorough I wanted to be with it. At the Mountain, 20 Lemmings, 75, last stage. Oh yeah, I still do those. Not as often as I used to, because I kind of got burnt out after for a while, but I still do them. Okay, so Okay, there are 2 drop points. I'm glad I thought of that. So, which one drops first? Not this one. Okay. Okay. I have idea. Not sure how good of an idea it is, but it is idea. At least I have a decent amount of resources for this. At least I don't need to worry about a blocker for this part. Except, yes, I do, actually. I'll just go ahead and put you there. Oops. I screwed up. Did mean to do... Would it be faster to get my notebook of passwords at this point? It might. Although, Sega 5 wasn't that hard anyway. Yeah, I think the soundtrack is pretty neat. Okay, I didn't even... was it 100% rescue? I don't remember now. Oops. Ah, crap, I'm just being so dumb right now. Oh, and I didn't have to build through that anyway. Yeah, all it takes is 1 pixel. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my notebook. Be right back. notebook full of random stuff that I've just kept track of over the years. So W M C, and for whatever reason, the controls in the password menu are kind of stiff. H P F E. There we go. Save state now, just so I don't have to do that mess again. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was safe. Okay, so now there we go. Definitely have to keep track of what's going on both fronts here. Though I think I might have done that a little too low. Now that I see what I probably should have been doing there. Let me see. How did that go? No, that should be fine. You are not a climber, so you're fine. So, building from here would not be enough. But building from here would be. Okay. So I need you to turn around. And then I messed that up. Alright. First things first. Get you going. Alright, I gotta... Okay, you are going first, so... Let's see, a good spot would be about here. That should be good. And things are safe enough here that I can just go ahead and bash that. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't want you bashing all the way there. Alright, and I could have long since bombed you. Nope, we're good. We are good, and that's the last stage. Nice. Honestly, I don't remember what the ending looks like for this. Or any Lemmings game, really. So, let's find out together, shall we? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, just the Lemmings dancing for us. Oh, it seems like that's about all there is to it. Which is fine. Sega Lemmings, the Pro Team Code, Dominic Woods, Art, Mark. And there we go. Not sure what that's about. Because I'm pretty sure there aren't any, like, extra levels. Oh. Wait, what? I think this is just the same as the Mayhem version. I think. Yeah, it is just the same as the Mayhem version. Okay. When it said this Sega difficulty, I was rather confused. But it seems like it's just Mayhem all over again, from the looks of it. Alright then. So that is Lemmings beaten. Was it completely the version that I remember it being? Turns out no, but hey, I guess showing off the demo version for a while was interesting in its own right. For a given definition of interesting. Anyway, that will bring this stream to a close. But there is still one order of business, and that is to determine what the next project is going to be. Do I have... Yep, I have things set up here. Go ahead and pull up the percentages. Oop. Yeah. So... I was going to say that there hadn't been any points spent, but looks like Remelia beat me to the punch there and spent one towards Mega Man Battle Network 5, but I'm just going to double check to see if there are any others, and there were not, so that's one more point for that. So Final Fantasy 13 currently has the lead. So, hold on, let me just... There. So, let's see what the next project is here. So, the next one in 3, 2, 1, stop. And it is indeed Final Fantasy 13. I have never touched this game before, and I really don't know anything about it, and that is purely my own choice. So, I guess I will discover what this game is like along with everybody else. So, until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice night.